don't think 4 people injured.
Okay, this is Watching the Watchers channel, and I'm going to link this video on my community page because I got the next video I'm putting up from her reminding me of this. So there was at one of the frat houses, I don't remember what year it was, not too long ago actually, they built like this, it's something they do every year I guess, and they build this like fort platform or something or other. Anyway, a bunch of people got on top of it and it collapsed and it hurt. You know, people were sent with severe injuries to the hospital. So, but the next one, so I don't remember what I was looking up when I found that particular thing. It was a while ago, and I think I have a video on it, but it might be like mixed in with a bunch of other stuff. But the one TikTok video I had in there was of a floor, dance floor collapsing, and it was just a TikTok video. Didn't say where it was from or anything like that. But in her thing right here, she actually tells where it was. So let me.
Oh, no names. Interesting. This is unrelated, but it's just unbelievable, so I just have to tell you. 30 injured in Clemson University Fraternity building collapse. What the fuck? Excuse my français.
I love when she says that kind of stuff. It cracks me up so much. I'll have to play that again.
Just unbelievable, so I just have to tell you. 30 injured in Clemson University Fraternity building collapse. What the fuck? Excuse my français, but I just cannot believe it.
I love when she says stuff like that. It makes me laugh, so I had to make sure I got that part in there. Anyway, she's got lots of great stuff on her channel. I mean, loads. Like she finds.
It was a popular song that got everyone dancing and jumping at this party, but moments later, the dance floor collapsed underneath them.
This morning, shaken students at Clemson University still trying to make sense of this homecoming horror. What started out as a fun off-campus fraternity party thrown by Kappa Alpha Psi quickly turned to terror when the dance floor at a private apartment clubhouse collapsed.
One of our friends was like, stop jumping, stop jumping. It was so loud, so obviously no one heard her. And then they kept jumping, and then you heard like creak, creak, and then the whole thing fell.
Dozens of people plunging onto the floor below, landing in a mass of tangled bodies. The dramatic moment caught on cell phone videos from many different angles.
All of a sudden, I just heard somebody scream and they just slowly fell, and just the view of that was terrible.
Darius Smith watched helplessly as his friend Jalen Green disappeared.
I fought to get up. I grabbed my hand, I got my friend's hand, and we got out. And I turned around and just started recording.
What made you take out your phone and shoot a video?
Because it's crazy, like the floor really fell. Like you don't see that a lot, and we fell through the floor.
30 people were hurt, suffering broken bones and lacerations. But incredibly, there were no life-threatening injuries.
I had to get stitches in my knee because my knee was cut open.
The complex where it happened, about 3 miles from the Clemson campus.
This is not atypical for an organization to have an event at a facility such as this.
A couple hundred people packed into the room, including students from other colleges.
I woke up this morning very thankful above anything else. Like, I'm glad there were no deaths.
Tammy, a couple hundred people in that room. Do officials know if that room was over capacity when the floor gave way?
Craig, police are investigating whether the room was over capacity, also the structural engineering of the building itself, and whether building codes were followed. We did speak with a property manager, and he said he can't comment on whether there's a maximum number of people allowed in this clubhouse at any one time. Craig?
All right, Tammy Leitner for us there in Clemson. Tammy, thank you.
Frightening scenes out of South Carolina where a floor collapsed during a party. Dozens of people were sent through the floor, crashing into each other and into the basement below. Laura McQuillan has the latest on this dramatic story. Laura, what do we know about what happened?
John, we can see from that video, these social media videos, that certainly people did fall some distance into that basement, and we are hearing more about their injuries this morning. We know that none of those were life-threatening. The fire chief of the university near this complex has spoken to ABC. He said that the injuries included head injuries, broken legs, and the most serious injury was a pelvic fracture. So these people are, some of them do suffer serious injuries in this, but it appears that they are all going to pull through. They are getting treatment at 3 separate hospitals in the area, and we are tracking what's been popping up on social media, like these videos, as we wait to get more news out of police on this. This is where it unfolded. Clemson is this city in South Carolina, the woodlands of Clemson, this apartment complex. It's largely a student accommodation complex, and this party, a private party, was taking place in a common area there referred to as a clubhouse. Police say no one was trapped when the floor fell. We don't know why it collapsed at this point, but the local police chief has been speaking a bit more about what happened, and he described the scene as police arrived there about 12:30 a.m. Here's what he said.
Anytime that you've got people that are trying to have a good time, anytime that you've got people that are there trying to enjoy themselves, and then the next thing you know, a floor collapses, you can take it from there.
So certainly a heart-wrenching story. We've also seen some social media posts from parents saying, their children have been caught up in this and they wish they could homeschool them for college because they're so shocked by what's unfolded. Now, police still working to get to the bottom of what has happened. We've reached out to the company that manages that accommodation complex as well. We haven't got any further details from them as yet on the state of the building and those caught up in the collapse, but we will bring you any details as we get them, John.
Please. You need to leave. You guys need to leave now. Leave.
Charlie 71. The floor collapsed in this party and there's a bunch of juveniles stuck downstairs.
Go! Move! Get out! Get out! Go! Leave! Get out! Get out! I'm sorry. Come in here. Leave.
I lost both of my shoes. Both of the shoes.
Yeah, I know.
Are you okay?
There's someone under. Do you see anyone under there?
I'm not, sir. I'm trying to just sort of
Hey, you see anyone under here? No. All right. Hey, can you go upstairs? Hey, can you go upstairs?
Yeah, I'm just looking for stuff.
All right. Well, hey, I got to get you guys out. Okay.
Charlie 71. We have a large amount of water leaking in the basement, and anyone that's not doing on this call, can they go to the backyard and clear the backyard?
Yeah.
That's it. So I'm trying to find out. Okay, so the main floor has collapsed completely. You can smell gas downstairs. I cleared the whole house. There's no one else inside.
Shutting the gas off. Do you think there's anyone under the basement? In the basement?
I checked like 3 times. I don't see anybody. I'm going downstairs. I'm gonna check again.
Yeah, he's got an oxygen tank. I'm trying to get him out.
Okay. Where's Baker?
I don't know. He was just in here just a minute ago, but I don't know where he's at. Hey, there's smoke coming from down there, bro. So just so you know.
Fred, authorities there in South Carolina think that things could have been much worse. Somebody could have been killed. This was supposed to be a joyous event. Some of these Clemson University students coming together to celebrate homecoming, but in a single instant, things took a terrible turn. These are the seconds before a packed party took a terrifying turn in Clemson, South Carolina. The video, shot just after midnight Sunday, shows dozens of dancers jumping in unison to the music before falling through the floor. We're attending a private party inside a clubhouse of an apartment complex. Young partygoers are seen plummeting into a basement below. The remaining revelers stood on what was left of the floorboards while others tried crawling to safety. On CNN's New Day, witness Jeremy Tester remembered being 2 feet from the dance floor when it gave out.
When the song came on, like everybody was like getting rowdy, jumping around, you can definitely you hear the floor like about to go through like kind of, and it just like nobody really thought it was gonna happen. They just kept going.
30 people were sent to area hospitals with injuries including broken bones and lacerations. Clemson's police chief says amazingly, none of the injuries were life-threatening.
It could have been a whole lot worse. There could have been entrapments. There could have been deaths involved.
Investigators now looking for a cause of the collapse, looking at factors like capacity of the room and its structural integrity. Property management tells CNN the complex was built in 2004. We should mention that, of course, there were many Clemson University students among the injured. However, this took place about 3 miles away from the campus. Nonetheless, the head of that educational institution is taking to Twitter showing his support. Jim Clemens, the president of the university, tweeting, "I'm monitoring the situation and my thoughts and prayers are with all who were injured." Clemens goes on to tweet, "Our entire student support system will be available for any student impacted." Fred, that's a key point here because, yes, authorities are saying that all of these people are expected to recover from their physical wounds, but that emotional trauma, experience something like that, well, that's something that's obviously going to be much harder to recover.
Pretty scary stuff. All right, Polo Sandoval, thanks so much.